Hey guys, how y'all doing? It's been a long day and it's 8:30 and I realized I had some content that I was doing and I didn't go live on Facebook, but I'm going to go live on some of my personal pages now and they'll come over to this page. We've got a lot of stuff that's going on. And so um, for those of you that are my business partners or my clients, I'm doing a leadership development call tonight at 9 o'clock Eastern. I'll post the link down in the bottom. Thanks. Hey, Dina. Hey, Ryan. Hey, Andrew. What's up, bro? But tonight I wanted to talk about getting ready to get ready. A lot of people start a business, don't finish it. Maybe something happens to them that they didn't expect to happen, and it deteriorates them from what they're doing. You know, I love watching, Fixer Upper sometimes, and I've watched how Chip had this passion to have a restaurant, and he took a whole restaurant that she wasn't really sure what they should do with it, and she just knew it was his passion and what he wanted to do, and so they went after, hey, David Ward, what is up, my brother? We need to get reconnected, brother. I need to hear how you're doing. So what I want to talk about before my leadership call in about 30 minutes, tonight on my leadership call, I'm going to talk about Alex Turpin's The Entrepreneurial Personality Type. And guys, I've went through this 3 or 4 times now on my own. It's freaking awesome. I got to hear him speak several times now. I've started to build a relationship with him. I'm trying to get him on my podcast and on my platform. That we're going to crush it, guys. We're super. Hey, what's up, Ben Larson? Oh, my gosh. Ben Larson, just something. I was thinking about you today, bro. You're on my heart during prayer. We need to connect when you've got some time. So tonight, I'm going to talk about getting ready to get ready. And guys, there's a lot of time that you go through that thought process of when is the perfect time, right? I like this, dedication to excellence, right? Constantly rising standards are what we kind of look at in the world today, right? Like competition's gotten better, technology has changed. There's always improving ways. Like with me, Mark Lack and I were on the phone the other day, and he was just showing me some things that enhance what I've learned after 25 years. Like I'm learning from him, he's learning from me, right? And one of these things on this little thing I put together for tonight was it's easier to compare to others and explore options than working on just taking action, right? We have so many incredible opportunities in our life, but one potential problem that many driven individuals or entrepreneurs face is being perfect. Look, I say this all the time. There was only one perfect person, right? And so what I realized is that everybody wants to try to be perfect. And so perfect, let's talk about that, right? It can feel like you're surrounded by perfection. Products on television can solve your every problem. Hey, honey, can you do me a favor? I need my, never mind, hold on a second. Sorry about that, guys. I forgot that I brought it back over here. My computer was about to go dead on me. So, products on television. I do what I do from a nutrition standpoint because I gave up a business that now would have probably been a $300,000 or $400,000 business to do what I'm doing now because I feel like I have a responsibility to do that, right? It's really funny. They talk about your college roommate shares photos with you of their trip, and you don't get to go on one. Your boss is tough, and you're vulnerable, right? This can spell insecurities, right? And we all have them, right? We all feel the need to measure up, to be as perfect as we possibly can, right? The drive is so important, but it's, to be honest with you, it's really suffocating. Steve's one of my, I'm going to call him a friend because we've started to build a relationship now, and I'm actually going to have him on my show also. He's a guy who came from New Zealand, came from nothing, spoke at our mastermind. He's going to be speaking at Thrive this year. I'm super excited about that. And he said, look, people need to stop trying to be perfect. He said, look, the greatest videos are shot from people's phones and just being real. you know? And so he said, and this is what the next phrase of this says. It says, it's important to realize that everyone shares what looks perfect and what represents a vision of perfection. You don't always see the work that goes into the image, that the product or the choice, right? You don't see the background or the drawbacks. It may be that perfect really isn't that perfect at all. And then the next phrase of this thing that I put together was waiting for perfect, right? The main problem with this view of perfection is we feel like we too must be perfect, right? Our business has to be totally bulletproof. We feel the need to beta test and consult and prototypes and reconfigures and solve every existing potential problem before we launch, right? I just said that to Lisa, and I were just talking about that. You know, let's just do it, right? Or maybe you have maybe you are like plenty of other Americans, right, who think they need to get in shape before they go to the gym. This is so funny. I talk about this all the time. Waiting for perfect is real problem. It puts your life on hold. Getting ready to get ready. Next, or you know, I'll do that when I do this, right? Or when I lose some weight, I'll start lifting weights, right? Next week, we'll be able to, or once we figure it out, we'll launch. Can quickly turn into days, weeks, months, and years, and then you never do it. It's like I was talking to a friend of mine about writing his book. Same thing. Been talking about it for 10 years, still hasn't done it. Resolving one problem will open up 3 more, right? Perfection is entirely elusive goal that will keep you spinning your wheels and never moving forward, okay? And the last piece is stop waiting, okay? There's no perfect time, no perfect situation. Just get that straight, right? The time is now to pick a product, a business, whatever God has placed in your heart to take action on, take action on it. I'm taking action on 2 things that complement each other, that I feel like, as I said before, I have a moral responsibility to do this. And I gave up several other things to do this. So now, like I just told my wife, it's time to go. We got to go. And so stop waiting for it to be perfect. Get started. It's okay if it's chaotic at the beginning. It's okay if you make mistakes. You'll learn faster and respond quicker than if you sat around waiting and anticipating and preparing for each problem before it even happened. Like John Maxwell says, don't wait. Don't think about what happens when you fall off the horse. You got to get on the horse first and start riding, right? Get things about half right, then get out there and test it. Find out what's going on, right? You can, when you fall off the horse, then you can think about why you fell off and get back on and keep going, right? You'll never achieve your dreams if you keep micromanaging strokes on the drawing board, right? Drawing things out or mapping them out. Get past that drawing board or that vision, right? And get into life, really, to be honest with you. There's no better time than today. There's no better time than right now for those of you who've been thinking about doing something, thinking about making some changes. You know, I go back and talk to people that said, hey, Mike, I'm going to join you in business, or hey, Mike, I want to join one of your programs. And they're still saying the same things. They're still saying, I can't afford to do that. Or I don't know what to do. You know, there's people on here right now that could have their own business and not be financially in trouble, but they're still lagging through what that looks like instead of just taking action and getting around different people. Hey, what's up, Keith? And guys, I love helping people. I'm the type of guy that looks at the whole person and realizes that everybody's different. You know, and there's people that you're going to encounter that they keep saying they're going to do something and they never do it. You know what you just do? You just pray for them and you encourage them as much as you can possibly encourage them till they get to that point to where they take that step. You know, there's a great video, and I'll finish with this because I have my call in 25 minutes. My leadership call is in 25 minutes. There's a great video that I'll tell you that you should really watch, and I'll put the YouTube video in the comment section. It's Steve Harvey, and Steve comes from a ministry background, and you know, he's on the Family Feud, and he just goes out while they're setting up the scene, and he just talks to the crowd. and he talks about jumping. Basically says you have to jump, right? And so I want to encourage you guys, when I put it down in the comment section, to go and watch it and jump, take off, take that first step, take some action. Don't worry about what's right, if it's perfect, if it's not exactly the way. Just take action. You can always, like, I've got videos now that I'm working with my friend Matt Wright with that I'm super, super stoked about. And, you know, he's like, are they okay, Mike? And I'm like, yeah. And I think that he's the type of guy that has a heart to want to make things the way they should be. And I value that in him. But it's time for us to just take some action and help as many people as we possibly can, because I feel what we have, nobody else has. I feel like what I've done in my 25-year career and what I'm doing, nobody else has. Now it's time for us just to change the world. You know, they always say the thoughts and actions of one person can change a nation. I'm super excited about it. You know, I'm preparing. My pastor has asked me to preach at the end of the month, and I'm already preparing. God's been speaking to me. I've been writing things down. I'm super excited. And so if you guys want to join me tonight at 9 o'clock, in about 20 minutes, I have a leadership development call that I do for several of my business partners all around the country. And tonight I'm going to talk about the entrepreneurial personality type. Chapter 4, I'm going to go over 5 attributes, and then I'll go over 5 next week. I'm going to give something away tonight. I haven't really thought about what it's going to be, but it's going to be something really cool. So if you want to join us in about 20 minutes, there's my boy Gary Phillips, just jumps on right at the end, right? Gary rode his bike this morning, and I just want to share this. He's really been determined to get back in the shape that he was in many, many years ago. And he's out on his bike 2 miles into an 11 or 12-mile bike ride, and he wrecks. Goes over the handlebars, scrapes himself all up, face, chest, arms. And what most of you would do, you'd turn around and go back home. And he didn't. He wiped himself up, and he finished his ride 11 and some point miles. So that's a man who's getting ready and got ready and is grinding and making it happen. So I just wanted to share that because I saw him come on at the end. And so God bless you guys. Have a great night. And remember, stop getting ready to get ready. Just take action, because that's where the rubber meets the